I'm gonna show you guys how I took the factory dash out of my first gen Dodge pickup and used it to install aftermarket gauges. And I don't want to take this piece out because it fits the dash and it looks nice. So I got to figure out how to make my tack, my shift light, my voltage gauge, my water temp gauge, and my oil pressure gauge fit in here. And as you can see, there's not really a place to put them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a piece of aluminum that fits in this hole here and get that all fit in nice. Okay, so I got my piece of aluminum I made. This is just 1/8 inch aluminum, and as you saw, I just cut it out square and then filed the top to fit right up here along the top edge there. And it has a little bit of play in there so that I can get it where I want it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my grinder and I'm going to cut out these bezels for the original gauges. Now, if you didn't want to do that, you could install this on top of those and just place your gauges in those holes. But I don't need it back there, so I'm going to cut mine out. Okay, so now we got that all cut out. Our piece fits in there nice and tight. Now we just need to figure out where we want to put our gauges in this panel. We got our dash insert piece all painted, flat black like everything else in the dash. And while we were waiting for the paint to dry, I went ahead and put these covers for the other stuff we're not using. We're not going to have HVAC or the message center or cargo lights or radio or anything. So this is just a paint shield that was made out of a piece of fascia wrap that is now blocking plates for my dash. And I just cut them out, painted them, and they're glued on with some clear silicone so that they have some vibration resistance. Installing this, we're going to rivet this in because I don't want to glue it in, and rivets is really the only other option I can think of. And I've already pre-drilled the panel, the insert, with 8 holes that are equally spaced, and we're just going to use some 3/16 rivets with a backer washer so we don't break out the plastic in the back. Okay, so our tack is not made or designed to be dash mounted, but if you have one like this, it's not that hard to dash mount one. I've done this before and it's worked out for me in the past. We'll see how it works out this time. All I'm gonna do is take the mount, the pedestal mount, take the little mount piece off of it. We're gonna run our tack through the hole, or wires through the hole rather. And then from the back side, put the clamp on. Make sure you get your tack straight up and down, or however you want it oriented. And then you just tighten this up. Press tight against the dash panel. When you tighten it down, and it will squeeze out a little bit and actually kind of keep the tack from rotating in there. At least usually it does. It's not gonna work. Now that we have our tack mounted, it's still gonna rotate a little bit. So all I'm gonna do is take a little bit of silicone and just put a dab right along the top like that. And when that dries, that'll glue it there. But if I ever need to take it out, I can just pull that silicone off and it's still removable. Next, we're gonna install our oil pressure gauge, and then we'll do water temp and volts all the way on the right. All right, all we got left to do now is install this in the truck and hook up all the gauges. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I mean, for just a couple of dollars and some metal that I had laying around and a little bit of time, some paint, I really think it turned out good. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And don't be afraid to take something like this on. It's really not that hard if you just break it down into simple steps. See you soon.